This last season has been everything. Having the year that we were able to have as a team, win the Super Bowl, create iconic moments.
It starts from imagination, being a kid, having those moments, playing video games, and saying, why can't I do it in real life?
Saquon Barkley, the Philadelphia Eagles' record-breaking running back, will grace the cover of Madden NFL 26. The cover features his legendary reverse hurdle over Jacksonville Jaguars cornerback Jarrian Jones from Week 9 of last season. That moment captured something extraordinary, a play that defied physics and redefined what's possible on a football field.
Okay, you get a chain? I didn't even know that. That's hard. How does it feel to be in a 99 club? It feels pretty damn good, I'm not gonna lie. Be the first Eagle, I never knew that. Lane Johnson should be next, in my opinion. I'm a fan of the game, I play the game. I've been making myself 99 since I can remember to actually have it.
For Barkley, this represents a childhood dream realized. Starring on the cover of Madden NFL 26 and being named to the Madden NFL 99 club are both dreams come true. Barkley said in an EA Sports news release, "I'm grateful to my teammates, coaches, and Eagles fans for their support, and I can't wait to hit the field again to give Madden players more highlight reel moments in Madden NFL 26. The honor comes on the heels of perhaps the greatest debut season by any free agent in Philadelphia sports history. But lurking beneath the celebration lies a question that has haunted NFL fans for over 2 decades. Will the infamous Madden Curse claim another victim? Barkley's 2024 campaign stands as one of the most dominant rushing performances in NFL history. He rushed for 2,005 yards during the regular season, becoming just the 9th player ever to surpass the 2,000-yard mark. Including playoffs, his 2,504 rushing yards set a single-season NFL record, surpassing Terrell Davis's previous mark of 2,476 yards. The numbers tell only part of the story. Barkley gained 1,245 rushing yards in the second half of regular season games alone, the most by any NFL player since at least 1991. That second half total would have ranked 8th in the league in total rushing yards. He recorded 100-yard rushing games in 14 contests, including playoffs, with a streak of 5 consecutive games reaching that milestone. His explosive plays changed games. Barkley led the NFL with 46 runs of 10-plus yards. He shattered the Eagles' single-game rushing records in both regular season and playoffs, 255 yards against the Rams in the regular season and 205 yards against the same team in the divisional round. During that regular season performance in Los Angeles, Barkley accumulated 302 scrimmage yards, setting another franchise record. The accolades followed naturally. Barkley won the AP NFL Offensive Player of the Year award and finished 3rd in MVP voting. He earned first-team All-Pro and Pro Bowl selections. The NFC named him Offensive Player of the Week a team record 4 times, and he claimed Offensive Player of the Month honors for November. His playoff performance reached historic levels. Barkley set an all-time NFL playoff record with 3 rushing touchdowns of 60-plus yards in the 2024 season alone. No other player has more than 2 such scores in an entire postseason career. He became just the 3rd player in NFL history to win the rushing title and Super Bowl in the same season. EA Sports chose Barkley for reasons that extend beyond statistics. Evan Dexter, Vice President of Franchise Strategy and Marketing for EA Sports Madden NFL, explained the decision. Saquon's reverse hurdle was one of the rare defining moments in NFL history that would have once been described as something out of a video game. Now, it's a display of the athleticism and creativity of one of football's most electrifying athletes. Barkley joins exclusive company as only the 2nd Eagles player to appear on a Madden cover. Donovan McNabb held that distinction previously when he appeared on Madden 06. The gap between covers, nearly 2 decades, makes Barkley's selection even more significant for Philadelphia. The Madden Curse has cast a shadow over the video game franchise since EA Sports began featuring players on covers in 1999. The superstition suggests that cover athletes experience injury, poor performance, or misfortune during the season following their appearance. The curse began with its first victim. Garrison Hurst had a productive 1998 regular season with the San Francisco 49ers, but broke his ankle in a playoff game. The following year brought an even stranger twist. Barry Sanders was scheduled to appear on the cover, but retired unexpectedly before the season began. The early 2000s saw the curse strike repeatedly. Quarterbacks Dante Culpepper, Madden 2002, Michael Vick, Madden 2004, and Donovan McNabb, Madden 06, all missed extended periods due to injuries after gracing covers. The pattern seemed undeniable. Peyton Hillis provided perhaps the most dramatic example in 2010. Fans voted him onto the cover of Madden 11 after his career year with 1,177 rushing yards. He never rushed for more than 600 yards afterward and left the league within 5 years. Statistical analysis reveals the curse's historical impact. Of the 27 athletes who have appeared on Madden covers since 1999, 16 suffered injuries the following season. Others experienced significant performance declines. The pattern appeared strong enough to create genuine superstition among players and fans. The position that faces the greatest risk from the Madden curse is running back. Since 2006, running backs have appeared on Madden covers, and all 6 experienced what could be classified as cursed seasons. Eddie George appeared on Madden 2001 after rushing for 1,509 yards. His production dropped to 939 yards the following season. Marshall Faulk graced Madden 2003 after a dominant 2001 campaign, but saw his yards decline from 1,382 to 818. Sean Alexander's story proved even more dramatic. He appeared on Madden 2007 after an MVP season with 1,880 rushing yards and 27 touchdowns, then managed just 896 yards and 7 touchdowns the next year. Peyton Hillis represents the most severe case. After his fan-voted appearance on Madden 12, his career essentially ended. Adrian Peterson appeared on Madden 15 following a 2,097-yard season, then suffered a season-ending knee injury early in 2014. The Madden curse has shown signs of weakening in recent years. Analysis of the last 10 cover stars from 2014 to 2024 reveals only 2.5 players experienced what could be termed cursed seasons. Richard Sherman appeared on Madden 15 and saw his interceptions drop from 8 to 4, but he still earned first-team All-Pro honors for the 3rd consecutive season. Odell Beckham Jr. graced Madden 16 and proceeded to have his best season with career-high 1,450 receiving yards and 13 touchdowns. Rob Gronkowski represents one of the few recent curse victims. After appearing on Madden 17, he played only 8 games and recorded career-low 540 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. However, he returned to dominant form the following season with over 1,000 yards. When asked about the Madden curse on NFL Network's The Insiders, Barkley displayed remarkable confidence. "Nah, I'm a believer in God. That's my mindset, to be completely honest." He said, "I've had injuries before. I tore my knee. I stepped on a foot and rolled my ankle, was out for 4 to 6 weeks, and there was no curse then. That's just how life works. You're going to have your ups and downs. But my mindset coming in is work. Do what I need to do, and the rest is in God's hands." His perspective reflects experience with adversity. Barkley has dealt with significant injuries throughout his career, including knee and ankle problems that cost him multiple games. These setbacks occurred without any connection to Madden covers, supporting his view that injuries represent normal football risks rather than supernatural consequences. When you get the call, you don't know what to expect, right? And they ask you, do you want to be part of the Madden cover? I don't know if anyone's turned that down, Barkley explained on The Insiders. "I definitely wasn't going to turn that down, the opportunity. I know so many people, so many kids that dream and would love to be in the position I am right now." The running back expressed gratitude for reaching this milestone. "I remember as a kid wanting to be part of the Madden cover. There have been so many players that have been part of the Madden cover. Now to be mentioned and have my name attached with those guys, words really can't describe it." Shedeur Sanders faces his biggest challenge yet with the Cleveland Browns. The 5th-round quarterback, already fighting an uphill battle after one of the most dramatic draft slides in recent memory, now confronts what many consider a devastating blow to his professional aspirations. The situation unfolding in Cleveland represents far more than typical rookie growing pains. Sanders finds himself in a perfect storm of circumstances that threatens to derail his NFL dreams before they truly begin. Understanding how he reached this point requires examining the complex web of events that transformed a projected first-round talent into a 5th-round selection fighting for roster survival. Sanders entered the 2025 NFL Draft with expectations that bordered on the extraordinary. Draft analysts positioned him as a potential top 5 selection, praising his exceptional college performance and football intelligence. His final season at Colorado produced remarkable statistics that typically guarantee high draft positioning: 4,134 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, and just 10 interceptions while completing passes at a nation-leading 74.2% rate. The accolades reinforced his draft stock. Sanders claimed the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, recognizing the nation's top upperclassman quarterback alongside the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year honor. His 4-year college career spanning Jackson State and Colorado yielded 14,347 passing yards, 134 touchdowns, and merely 27 interceptions while maintaining a 70.1% completion rate. Yet something went catastrophically wrong during the pre-draft process. Sanders plummeted from potential top 5 selection to the 144th overall pick in the 5th round, where the Cleveland Browns finally ended his slide by trading up to secure his services. This represented a fall of over 100 draft positions and cost Sanders approximately $36 million in guaranteed money. The financial implications paint a stark picture of how dramatically his fortunes changed. While Mason Graham, selected 5th overall by the Browns, secured a contract worth nearly 10 times Sanders' deal, the quarterback signed a 4-year contract valued at just $4.6 million. His minimum salary amounts to approximately $840,000 annually, a fraction of what first-round quarterbacks typically earn. The reasons behind Sanders' draft slide centered on character concerns rather than football talent. Anonymous reports emerged questioning his professionalism and attitude during team interviews. The NFL Network cited an assistant coach describing Sanders as entitled and claiming he participated in the worst formal interview the coach had experienced. Multiple executives contributed similar anecdotes that damaged Sanders' reputation. NFL insider Josina Anderson reported that the 23-year-old quarterback came across as brash and arrogant during the evaluation process, though Anderson herself questioned whether these characterizations accurately reflected Sanders' actual demeanor. NFL draft analyst Todd McShay provided additional ammunition for the negative narrative. McShay claimed he heard from 2 teams that Sanders appeared indifferent to their opinions during interviews, approaching the process in a way that wasn't professional. These reports gained momentum throughout the pre-draft cycle, creating a snowball effect that ultimately torpedoed his draft stock. Specific allegations included claims that Sanders failed a surprise test during a meeting with the New York Giants. Other reports suggested he wore headphones during team meetings and appeared disengaged throughout interviews. Ross Tucker added to the controversy by claiming Sanders declined 3 interview requests from interested teams. The most damaging aspect of these reports was their anonymous nature. Teams and evaluators could level accusations without accountability, making it impossible for Sanders to directly address specific concerns or provide context for alleged incidents. The mounting criticism eventually prompted a passionate response from Deion Sanders, the legendary NFL player and current Colorado head coach. Speaking with former NFL cornerback Asante Samuel, the elder Sanders launched an aggressive defense of his son's character and professionalism. They want to create these narratives and create these stories, and then attach them to a kid that ain't never done nothing wrong, Deion Sanders declared during the interview. His frustration was palpable as he systematically addressed each allegation against his son. The headphones allegation particularly incensed Deion Sanders.
I know it was a lot of rumors about the next level, and I can't see that. I can't see the next level, and I think a couple people who may have taken shots at my kids, they were afraid that I would go. That's where the shots came from. All you got to do is just sit back and listen. People don't want to do that. They want to create these narratives and create these stories and then attach them to a kid that ain't never done nothing wrong.
Yeah. How does that make you feel when you see your colleagues or your peers going in on you, man? Like, how does that make you feel?
No idea, man. You have no idea. We've always been in front of the camera, so they know how to navigate. They know how to handle themselves. Yeah. And you're not going to catch them in no foolery and no mess. You're not, when you sit up there and say something.
Deion Sanders emphasized his son's adaptability and professional growth throughout college. He said,
like, he went in a meeting unprepared. Like, dude, Shedeur Sanders, who's had 6 different coordinators, who has still functioned and went up, leveled up every time we brought somebody new in, and you're gonna tell me
every situation.
You're gonna tell me he had on headphones?
So you a dog, your kid's a dog, and dogs gonna always rise to the top. You know what I mean? That's what I believe. You know what I mean? Then we're talking about
it did hurt. The Bible says God uses the foolish things to confound the wise. So it was some foolish stuff that went on, but you know what? That gave them something that they needed.
The emotional toll of the situation became evident when Deion Sanders admitted the impact on his family. It did hurt, he acknowledged. It did hurt. However, he framed the adversity as motivation for both Shedeur and his brother Shiloh, who went undrafted and signed with Tampa Bay as a free agent. Drawing parallels to Tom Brady's 6th-round selection, Deion Sanders suggested that being overlooked could provide the edge necessary for NFL success. He explained, "The Bible says God uses the foolish things to confound the wise, so it was some foolish stuff that went on, but you know what? That gave them something that they needed, like that edge that Tom had." Deion Sanders also revealed he had been dealing with health issues that kept him out of the media spotlight following the draft. He mentioned losing about 14 pounds while battling an unspecified condition. The Pittsburgh Steelers emerged as a fascinating case study in how teams evaluated Sanders. Head coach Mike Tomlin reportedly expressed interest in the Colorado quarterback throughout the pre-draft process, making their decision to pass on him multiple times particularly noteworthy. Sports Illustrated's Albert Breyer provided insight into the Steelers' reasoning during an appearance on the Bill Simmons podcast. Breer suggested that Pittsburgh's disappointing experience with Russell Wilson in 2024 influenced their reluctance to invest in another quarterback. Breer explained, "I think people there would tell you that the Russell Wilson thing undermines so many things in the last month of the season, and that a lot of that building really wanted them to go back to Justin Fields. And it was something where Tomlin was kind of, again, all on his own on that one." The Wilson experiment proved disastrous for Pittsburgh. The veteran quarterback's poor performance during the team's 4-game losing streak to end the 2024 season highlighted their offensive limitations. Wilson's brutal showing in the wild card round, where Pittsburgh managed just 14 points, exemplified how quarterback play undermined their strong defensive performance. Breer continued, "Tomlin liked Shedeur going into the draft, but I don't think Tomlin wanted to press that button again at quarterback after what happened with Russell at the end of the year last season." The Steelers ultimately addressed the quarterback position by selecting Ohio State's Will Howard in the 6th round. Their other draft picks focused primarily on defensive players: Derek Harmon, DT, Caleb Johnson, RB, Jack Sawyer, Edge, Yahya Black, DT, Carson Bruner, LB, and Dante Kent, CBB. Pittsburgh's current quarterback situation illustrates the consequences of their decision. They now possess one of the league's weakest quarterback rotations, featuring Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, and rookie Will Howard. Their hopes rest on convincing Aaron Rodgers to join the organization, though the veteran quarterback has yet to commit to playing for Pittsburgh. NFL insider Ian Rappaport maintains confidence in the Steelers eventually signing Rodgers. Rappaport said this during a recent appearance on The Insiders. "It would be a surprise if Aaron Rodgers is not on the Steelers right now. I'm not saying he's made a decision. I'm not saying retirement's ruled out, but it would be a surprise